What's up, YouTube? Primetime, Team Primetime, back with another video. I was able to top 2 weekends in a row with the Unchained deck with the new support. I got first place last weekend. I managed to get third last night. I lost round 1 to Tri Brigade Sprite, unfortunately. We went to game 3 in the grind, and he has had better gas than me. Played better than me, so it's whatever. We still topped. I really like the deck a lot. I think the new support makes this deck insane. I was able to play through like so many boards going second. Not just with like non-engine. I've even had like hands where it's just like pure engine. I was able to play through boards because the deck's got so many new extenders. It just makes it really insane. Real quick, shout out to Primetime Performance, best gym in Mount Airy, North Carolina. We'll leave the description or the link in the description below so you guys can check that out. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into it there if I don't got anything else to say. So this is pretty standard. I play the twins, the 3 Arilla, 3 Rakea. I even play 3 Sarama. This is controversial because some people play 2 of this, and I might try playing 2 in the future. I played this deck in the past, and what I've noticed is you can sometimes have hands where you don't open enough engine, and I don't play the 1-card combo tour guide engine. I just play like the pure 2-card combo unchained stuff. So even opening this twin is with something else is still full combo. So I always want to open engine no matter if it's just this or not. So yeah, that's why I played that. And then I played the 3 Shavara and the 1 Shiama. These cards are amazing for the deck. This card is really good in the grind because if it's sent to the graveyard in any way, shape, or form, it resets your traps from the deck. It's a quick effect. Be able to pop a card you control as a special summon during your opponent's turn, so you can do some plays during your opponent's turn if you get Dark Lord or something. And this card is really good in the grind. I thought this card was ass at first, but it's actually really good. If you get it on field, it's a good extender, and if it's in grave, it's also a good extender because it can like pop a card you control, it's special summon itself back from grave. It can pop a card you control on field, so it's really good in the grind. I had a weird game state where I was in the grind and this was the only card in my hand. And I went normal summon this, and I was like, this does nothing. But I had this engrave, and I went this, target this engrave to pop it and special summon himself, and this would trigger. So always having this engrave in the grind game is really good. I almost like this card over this card sometimes because just how good of a grind game you get out of this. And then I play the level 8s. I play 2 of the Abominable and 1 of the Disaster. Some people play 1 of this. I went the more bricky route and played 2 and even the dog because opening this with combo helps you chain block for Ash. And I like having 2 in a grind game anyways because like if you're trying to push for game and you already have 1 on field from last turn, you can just special summon another in combo and just like that's 6k already plus whatever else you can push for a game with. And this card doesn't come up often, but it helps break boards sometimes. Just being able to put this on field, link this guy with another opponent's monster, and make a monster just to help wipe a board out is really nice. And I've even had him set up during my inboard with one of my traps because if he's destroyed by card effect or battle, he can monster reborn a unchained monster, which is really good. So like this card plus this card is just like free real estate. Spells, 3 Prosperity, 3 Abomination's Prison. I wanted to max out as much consistency as I could in this deck. You can play Extravagance instead of Prosperity because I know this card's really expensive. The only thing with Extravagance is you don't know what you're banishing off your extra deck, so you have to play multiples of everything. So I chose this to be the better option, and you can dig for your sideboard with this card too. I'll sometimes go full combo and just dig for my sideboard with this card during the end of my combo, and just like grab like an ash or something. But you can also like play more hand traps too. I just chose to play Prosperity while I have it. Of course, this card's just Rhoda for the deck. One thing I really like about this deck is like 90% of everything floats, even the like spells and traps. So like, some people don't even know much of how Unchained works, so they'll just like pop something, or go to battle and crash into one of your twins, and you just go affect the special. And they don't even know like this floats too, so you'll just like, they'll like pop this and they won't know it floats either. Then I play max out on all the traps. This is just important. Opening this plus like a twin that pops stuff is really important. And as much as you reset these traps in the grind game, you have to play them at 3. So I wouldn't change this ratio, no way. I'm starting to feel like this card's becoming more important than this one sometimes. Because like going first in combo, I sometimes set this, especially in games 2 or 3 when I know my opponent might have Nib or like Lava Golem or something, because you can just Monster Reborn back one of your guys that your opponent got rid of. But yeah.
Main deck looking pretty good. Can't give a lot of commentary because I don't really know the deck all that well. I played against it a couple times, but that was like a couple years ago. I would say that new support does seem pretty good, because like his first time he showed up with the deck at locals, he just clapped cheeks all day.
I miss this deck. This deck really fun. I played it like when before the support like a year or 2 ago, and I like loved it. It's just like the deck got so power creeped out. I just couldn't play it anymore. And then now it's just with the new support, like even with the live twin stuff, I didn't like it very much because it used too much normal summon stuff. So just like now this deck has more gas to it. It's really crazy. Like I was playing meta against it too, and it's just like the deck has so much extenders. I was able to play against some really good meta decks, and I don't know. It's just the deck's got more engine to it, and I still have like all of this is 12 extra spaces of non-engine, and if you don't play Prosperity, you have 15 non-engine spaces to play hand traps, board breakers. I really like the deck that has like a lot of good engine to it. It has crazy inboards and has so much room for non-engine. That's one of the things that makes this deck so great. But yeah, I do play like 12 non-engine spots. I play 3 Imperm, 3 Ash, 3 Tactics, 3 Evenly. These are my favorite board breakers because of how generic they are. These are my favorite hand traps is because of how generic they are. I wanted to play, unless I know, like last weekend I played Droll instead of Evenly because I knew I was going to play a lot of decks that was weak to Droll. But this event last night, I didn't know what I was going to play against, so I wanted to play Evenly because it's more generic and it will come up more often than Droll would. Droll is one of them cards that doesn't work for every deck, but it can kill certain decks. So these were all great. All of them came up actually, and it just worked out really good for me.
And I think one thing that I'll add, when going to locals, if you know what everybody's playing, prepare your deck for that local. Sometimes we prepare our decks for going to like bigger events, but you have like when you go to your locals and you know what everybody's playing, you need to try to plan around that.
Yeah, take advantage of that shit. But like when I go to big events, I always like to play the most generic thing, so I don't have dead cards in my hand. That's one thing I've always liked to do, because I hate having dead cards. It's like playing Nib against a trap deck. Like, what is this card gonna do? Extra deck, play 3 blue dog, 2 red dog, 2 purple dog. I like playing 3 blue dog because it's like one of the best link monsters to go into in the deck. I always like banish 1 off Prosperity, so technically I am playing 2 because some people play 2, but I like having 3 on hand. If I had access code, I'd probably play 1 Abomination, but I just play 2 because I don't have access code. And it's 2 red dog. You only need like 1 or 2 of these. They get banished off prosperity anyways, so I'm technically playing 1. 2 Yama. This card is insane. The more and more I play it, I almost want to try to play 3. Because it's like you like link away your Shavara and like another monster into this, and you can chain block with these 2. So like chain 1 to add unchained monster, chain 2 to set a trap, and like they can't really stop this. You can't ash it or anything unless they have like Skullmeister, but nobody plays that. So like this card's just like really, really good. And I've even had a play where I have this face up on field and I needed follow up. So I went like effect to use my opponent's monster and this guy as link material, and I made this and then effected this to add in a chain monster, so I had follow up. And he didn't have anything past that, so I just went full combo and killed him. So this card's really insane. I might play 3 in the future. I think this card's worthy 3 of. And then I played 2 Nightmares. I cut the Phoenix for other stuff because like this deck does really good with dealing with back row already. So I wanted something that can like out Baguska really fast. So like, these 2 cards out Baguska. This outs Baguska easier because it only requires 2 monsters. But you can make this during your opponent's turn with this guy. So it's always good to have a unicorn. And then I play the DDDs. I play the Darius, the Machinex, the Caesar. I didn't make these at all, so I don't know if I'm going to keep playing. I might cut the Darius and keep this, but I don't know yet. But this card is really cool. This is one of the new monsters you make off the end of your combo. And just having a double monster negate is like really rough against certain matchups. Some card decks it don't matter, but this card's still insane against certain decks. And he's a big body too. And then shout out to my boy behind the camera. Hooked me up with this beautiful Secret Rare Zeus. I made this card once or twice at the event. I did something kind of cool, but it didn't matter against a Trapgate Sprite player. My last card in hand was Tactics. I went Tactics, still with Zeus. And I went to battle with the Zeus, did 3,000 damage and made my own Zeus. But he couldn't do anything because the Zeus only had 1 material. But it was still good to have. It was like the only line of play I really had.
That's better than giving your opponent their monster back.
Yeah, because I didn't think he had anything else in hand. Because he had trouble getting over my Caesar already. And I was like, if I sit on another big body, he might not be able to get over it. And I just draw a good card for turn. We were both in top deck mode, so I was like, why not? My next, even if I tried to draw 2 cards off of Tactics, my next 2 draws were going to be ass anyways. So I didn't want to take that chance, but it is what it is. The side deck, I really, really like in this deck. So I'll go and show this out. D-Barrier, and I'll play Summon Limit. This is kind of funny, but like this deck actually plays under Summon Limit really well. And even if it like starts to hurt you, you can just go like summon one of your monsters and just pop this card so you're unaffected by it no more. Since your unchained cards pop any card you control. I had a crazy inboard my first round where I ended on like full combo plus this. But my opponent had Dark Roar, so it didn't matter too much. He got around this, but if my opponent didn't have the out, this card would have been insane. And then like D-Barrier is a blowout against like branded heavy synchro decks, heavy like reliant extra decks. I think that's how you say it. So
I like a lot of decks now are locking you into like the new synchro deck locks you into synchros, like Cashier locks you in the XZs. So, like you hit them with a D-Barrier. Pretty good.
I played Hero Player last week and he went Fusion Destiny. It was like game 3, went Fusion Destiny. I chained D-Barrier and he couldn't do anything else, which is kind of cool. So it's a really good turn ending card. This deck plays traps really well, so I was like, I've got so much space, I'm just gonna throw these in like going first. One Cosmic. I only have room for one, but this deck plays against backer really well already. You don't need any more. Two Kaijus. This deck still has a hard time dealing with Dragoon, so like same thing here. Three Dark Ruler, just heavy negation boards, and dealing with Dragoon is really good because, like I said, it's so hard. I mean, I thought about playing Underworld Goddess, but I didn't find the space. In the future, I might side Underworld Goddess, so I have a consistent way of getting rid of Dragoon. But I always want to have these on hand anyways. And then 3 draw. I put the draw on the side. Last week I put draw in the main, but I didn't know I would face. I never put it in. I ended up putting better cards in than this, but I wouldn't change putting this in the side again. But yeah, that's it.
Do you want to go over any of your matchups you've had in the last couple weeks before we end the video?
Last week I played a super heavy Sword Soul player. Actually had the draw in hand game 1, so but he still had plays. Round 2 was I played Hero player. We went to game 3. I don't know how I'm supposed to beat Plasma with D-Force and DP. I don't know how you get around that. I managed to go to game 3. I won both those matchups, and then like the last round I played Rescue Ace and managed to win that one. I got really scared of Rescue Ace because that actually goes crazy nowadays with the new support. And then last night I played Tri-Brigade Sprite. Lost to that in game 3. I definitely could have played better, but it's whatever. I think I got a bye round 2, but then like game 2 and 3, round 3 I played a Trickstar Labyrinth, and he almost hand ripped me, but he didn't have draw. And then like round 4 I played Kashtira, my boy Logan. I just had better hands, but it is what it is. I think he bricked game 2, and I had better hand game 1, but it happens. But yeah, first last weekend, third this weekend. I'm really pleased with the deck. I learned some stuff about the deck, so hopefully I'll get better at it. I think this deck's like one of the best rogue decks right now to play, just because of how much it plays through. This deck it can even play under D-Shifter. I got D-Shifter twice and I still made a board. It just like kills your follow-up, but you can still make a really good board. You can still end on like 2 to 3 negation. I mean 2 to 3 interruptions under D-Shifter, which is pretty good against certain decks. But really you only get D-Shifter by Kashtira, so if you keep getting rid of your monsters, you're fine. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Alright, this was Team Primetime with your first and third place Unchained deck profile. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe.